Hello and welcome back to the best of rSlash. Today we're taking a look at rSlash malicious compliance, where OP's dad fires the person that asked him to fire someone to save the company money. This story has been posted by David Clowry. So this is a story from my dad a while ago, early 2000s. My dad worked for an engineer company and his recruitment department had too much control over who worked for him. One day, he was told he had to lay off some workers as they were bringing new people in. Shady, I know. And the people they brought in were garbage all the time, so my dad and his big brain laid off his recruiting department and the cretins they recruited. That's really good. Instead of laying off some people that worked in his department, he laid off the recruiting department. Fire. Amazing malicious compliance. This story has been posted by Vital Skills. So a little bit of backstory. A while back, I was in a wheelchair. My legs were in so much pain, I wasn't able to stand on them. And I had pain attacks at night, which would last for hours on end. Doctors couldn't figure out what the heck was wrong with me until I got even sicker. I started not being able to hold in any food, only liquids. When I went to a specialist and did a blood test, it turned out I had a gluten intolerance, celiac disease. When I stopped eating gluten, I was able to walk within a few months. Turned out I had another disease affiliated with celiac disease called gluten neuropathy. It means that when I ingest gluten, my nerves are affected. To this day, when I eat gluten, the pain returns and I have a really hard time walking. Now, I work at a company as a help desk employee. I help people having technical issues with their internet, so to say. Due to the ongoing virus, we work at home every other week. Last week was a week I was supposed to work at the office. So I have told everyone who needed to know about my affliction. I also told them about my trouble walking when I ingested something I shouldn't have. So last week, I ate something containing gluten. I cannot for the life of me figure out what it was, but it was clear as day. The night before I had to go to work, I went to bed with a lot of pain, and I knew it would only get worse the following day. I told my partner I would ask to stay at home if I had a lot of trouble walking. The next day came around, and it happened like I thought it would. I was in so much pain, I needed my walking stick to get around. So around 8 a.m., I called my floor manager and told him and asked if I could work at home. He told me a lot of people wanted to work at home for the most stupid reasons and told me I should come to the office. So I did. Instead of calling in sick, I mustered up all my strength, took some heavy pain meds with me, and started my journey to the office. Now, normally, it takes me about half an hour because I had a harder time walking than my grand. It took me more than an hour. I arrived at the office 15 minutes late and ran into the floor manager when I was taking my things out of my locker. At this point, I should tell you how I looked at this time. White as sheet, hair in a messy bun, shaking from pain, and leaning heavily on my walking stick. The pain was so bad I was wincing and almost couldn't stand. My floor manager was floored. He took one look at me and his mouth fell wide open. He muttered something about not knowing it would be this bad and talking about my other colleagues and how they asked to work at home for small things, how he had to treat everyone equally, etc. I worked a full day, colleagues watching over me, getting me everything I need and taking awesome care of me. I heard one of them say how ashamed my floor manager was about making me come to work and how his response is everything I hoped for. Needless to say, he told me whenever this would happen again, I would have no trouble calling in to work at home. I could have called in sick, but my belief is that they had to learn the hard way, or this would happen in the future again. I know it's probably not as epic as some of the stories out there, but I just wanted to share. Make you enjoy the same pain-filled joy I had when I saw his face when he looked at me. It was the best thing ever. Thanks for reading. You've been listening to the best of rSlash. If you like this kind of content, let us know by leaving a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing because we create content like this every single day, 7 days a week on both YouTube and podcast.